So a little bit more complicated. This one we didn't see an example of yet, but I want to solve for k, that's my variable, and I can see it has a coefficient that is a fraction. And we talked about this briefly on the first problem, but if I have a fraction for the coefficient, I can multiply by the inverse or just flip it over and multiply that on both sides, and that will undo the 2/3 here in this case. So I want to multiply both sides by 3/2. So it's the inverse, and that helps me if I think of it as 40 over 1 because it is a whole number. And then on the left-hand side, I end up with 3 times 2 or 6 over 2 times 3 or 6, k, which remember 6 divided by 6 of course is 1, and so I just have k left on the left-hand side. That's perfect. Now let's take a look at the right-hand side. I can look at 2 going into 40 20 times, if I can write, 20 times, and then 20 times 3 is 60. So k is 60. Or if I wanted to, if I don't like reducing like that, you can go the long way around, which would look like this. 40 over 1 times 3 over 2, so I would just multiply, so that's going to give me 120 over 2, divide those out, and you will get 60 as well. Either way, it's just maybe a little bit quicker if you can see the reducing first instead of second, because your numbers are smaller. Okay, so I got k is 60, so what I want to do is say 2/3 times whatever my k is, and see if I end up with 40. And my k, of course, that I think I should have is 60. I'm going to put it over 1 because then it looks more like a fraction. And then 2 times 60, we'll do it the long way. I get 120 divided by 3, which is indeed 40. And so that equals the 40 I had on the other side. Remember, the other way I could do this is to say, well, 3 goes into 60 20 times, and then 2 times 20 is 40. And so that one is also correct. Number 7, 18k equals 6 plus x. Well, it looks like I have two variables and I can't solve for both of them at the same time. So I hope there's more information, and sure there is. It says k, where k equals 3. So what I'm going to do is just take that 3 and put it in right where I see the k, and that's called substitution. But what it's going to do is let me change my equation so that I only have one variable that's missing. So it's like filling in for a formula. So I have 18 times 3, that's what I'm plugging in for the k, equals 6 plus x. Well, 18 times 3, I think it's 48, but I want to double check. 54, good thing. So that's 54 equals 6 plus x. Now I want the x by itself, so I want to go ahead and subtract this 6 from both sides. And 6 and negative 6 on the right just gives me 0, so I have x plus 0, or x. 54 minus 6 gives me 48. Okay, and then to check, that's my solution. Remember, you can write it x equals 48 or 48 equals x, means the same thing. So to check, x equals 48, plug that in, I have 18 times 3, I've got to put that, equals 6 plus 48, and we remember that 18 times 3 was 54, and 48 plus 6 is also 54, so that one works. Number 8, 12k equals 13 plus x, and again, two variables, and then I see that I do have a 7/4 that is supposed to go in for the k, so let's put that in. So I have 12, I'm going to think of it as 12 over 1 because I know 7/4 is a fraction, times that 7/4 equals 13 plus x. Now remember, you can multiply that 12 times 7, multiply the numerators, and then divide by 4 times 1, or 4, and you'll get 21. Or I want to show you the other way that I like to do this, because I can see that 4 goes into 12 3 times, and then I have 3 times 7 is 21 over 1 times 1 is 1, which I don't have to show. So I have 21 equals 13 plus x. either way I go. So we'll take that and slide that up just a hair, and then what we want to do is subtract the 13 from both sides because I want that x by itself. So I have x equals 21 minus 13, so that's 8. And so x equals 8 is my solution. I want to check it, so I have 12 times 7 over 4 equals 13 plus 8. So I'll check that on my calculator just to be sure. And what I'm going to do is 12 times 7 equals 84, and then divide by 4 equals 21. So I have 21 equals, and then 13 plus 8 equals 21. So I got the same thing on both sides, so x equals 8 is a solution.